The smell of burnt rubber filled the night air. Screams echoed along the Manhattan Bridge. Cars had stopped. Lights flashed red and white in chaos. When Claire opened her eyes, she thought she was dead. The room was white, her throat dry, and her body ached all over. Machines beeped beside her, and a dull pain throbbed in her head. Her mother sat beside her bed, her eyes swollen from crying. "Thank God you're awake," she whispered. Claire's lips trembled. "Where's Ethan?" Her mother's eyes dropped to the floor. "Sweetheart, Ethan didn't make it." The words hit like a knife. Claire's heart shattered. Ethan, her fiancé, her best friend, her everything, gone in an instant. They were supposed to be married in 3 weeks. He had proposed on the same bridge a year ago, under the stars, promising to love her forever. Now, forever had ended in flames. Weeks passed. Claire recovered slowly, her leg in a cast, her nights haunted by nightmares. Everyone pitied her, the young woman who lost her fiancé right before her wedding. Then, one afternoon, Detective Collins came to see her. He was the officer in charge of the accident investigation. He carried a brown envelope in his hand, his expression unreadable. "We completed the forensic report," he said quietly. "Miss Bennett, I think you should see this." Inside the envelope were photos from the crash site, twisted metal, burnt seats, and something that made her blood run cold. The brake lines had been cut. "This wasn't an accident," the detective said. "And one more thing, the car was registered under the name of a man called Mark Carter. Do you know him?" Claire's heart sank. "Yes," she whispered. "Ethan's cousin." Detective Collins nodded grimly. "I'm afraid someone wanted you dead, Claire." That night, Claire couldn't sleep. The words "someone wanted you dead" played over and over in her head. She remembered how Ethan had insisted she drive that night, even though he always preferred to drive. She remembered how nervous he looked before they got into the car, and the last phone call he received, from Mark. She pushed herself to her desk, opened Ethan's laptop, the one she couldn't bring herself to touch since the accident. When she scrolled through his files, she found a folder hidden deep in his documents. It was locked with a password. Ethan always used his mother's birthday. She typed it in. The folder opened. Inside were dozens of emails. Her hand shook as she clicked the first one. "Ethan, make sure it looks like an accident. Once she's gone, the insurance money is ours. Mark, she trusts you too much. You'll need to make her drive. Ethan, she will. She loves me." The room began to spin. Her chest tightened until she could barely breathe. Ethan had planned it. The man she loved had planned to kill her. Claire screamed and threw the laptop across the room. She collapsed to the floor, sobbing. Her mind couldn't grasp it. How could someone who kissed her every morning, who called her his everything, plot her death for money? She lay on the floor until dawn, empty and hollow. The next morning, when she looked at herself in the mirror, she no longer saw the woman who loved Ethan. That woman had died in the crash. Days turned into weeks. The world moved on. Claire learned to walk again, but her heart was heavy with rage and disbelief. Then, one evening, as she sat alone on her balcony, her phone rang. Unknown number. She hesitated, then answered. "Hello." A low, familiar voice whispered, "Did you miss me?" Claire froze. Her blood went cold. "Ethan," she whispered. He laughed softly. "You sound surprised, darling. Did you really think I'd die that easily?" The line went dead. Claire sat there, trembling, her phone slipping from her hands. Her mind refused to believe it, but her heart knew that voice. Ethan was alive. She traced the call. It came from Albany. Within days, she packed a small bag and took a bus to the city. For 2 days, she searched. Finally, she found him. He was living in a small rented house on the outskirts of town, his beard grown, his left arm in a sling. Mark was there too. When Ethan opened the door and saw her, he turned pale. "Claire," he stammered. You shouldn't be here." "Why, Ethan?" she said quietly, stepping closer. "Why did you do it?" He sighed, running a hand through his hair. "You wouldn't understand. I owed people, dangerous people. They threatened to kill me. The insurance money was my only way out." Claire's eyes narrowed. "Then how are you alive?" "I saw the wreck. I saw your body." Ethan swallowed hard, guilt flickering across his face. I didn't die in the crash, he admitted. I jumped out at the last moment. I had rigged the car with a secondary exit, a small hidden panel I learned about from Marcus Mechanical Work. I knew if I stayed in it, I'd be killed for real. I had to disappear for a while, let everyone think I was dead. I never imagined you'd survive. Claire felt her stomach turn. He had planned the perfect murder and the perfect escape. Her anger exploded. You left me to die, Ethan. You tried to kill me. You weren't supposed to suffer, he said quickly. It was just supposed to be quick. You would've. Her hand struck his face before he could finish. The sound echoed through the compound. You would've what? Buried me and spent my money, she cried, tears streaming down her face. You looked me in the eyes and told me you loved me, Ethan. You kissed me before you tried to kill me. He said nothing. He couldn't. His silence was confession enough. Claire turned and walked away, her tears drying on her cheeks. But as she left, something inside her hardened completely. That night, she didn't sleep. She sat by the hotel window, staring at the city lights flickering in the dark. A plan was forming, calm, deliberate, perfect. The next day, she called him. Her voice was soft, tender, almost loving. Ethan, I forgive you, she said. Meet me at the old bridge tonight. I just want to say goodbye properly. He agreed instantly. Of course he did. He still thought she loved him. The bridge was quiet that night. The wind carried the sound of waves below. When Ethan arrived, Claire was already standing there, looking out over the dark water, the same place where her life had ended once before. He approached her slowly. You look beautiful, he said gently, just like the first time I saw you. She turned to him, her face unreadable. I wanted to see you one last time, she said. He smiled. You still love me, don't you? She took a step closer, her eyes glistening with tears. I did, she whispered. Once. Then she pushed him. The scream that followed was swallowed by the black waves below. The sound of water closed over him, and the night returned to silence. Days later, the news reported a man's body recovered from the river, Ethan Carter. Detective Collins called Claire. We found him, he said quietly. Are you all right? Claire stood by her window, the sunset painting the sky gold and red. Yes, she said softly. I'm fine. She hung up the phone, her reflection staring back at her, calm, strong, unbroken. Love me once, she whispered. Bury me twice. She closed the window and walked away, leaving behind the last trace of the woman who once believed in forever.
If you want to make sure you don't miss out on what's coming next, the best way to stay in the loop is to hit that bright red subscribe button right below the video, and if this story resonated with you, go ahead and hit the notification button and give it a like and let me know the content you love the most.